We live, man. We live. I had to do a different setup because we having some technical difficulties with the audio, the traditional way. So y'all know we had to take it to the old school way. So I don't have my computer here in front of me. I'm debating on if I should grab it. You know what? Hold on one second, y'all. I'm finna grab the laptop. Let me slide this back. Okay, let's see. We gotta take it back to the old school way. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna give it a minute. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let everybody know we are live, man. What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. Y'all already know who it is. But for those who don't, I'm December DeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights to the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm, and do not forget to subscribe, y'all. Shout out to everybody pulling up. I see a few of y'all in the building, man. Shout out to High Roller, Petey, Tyler, Josh M, B Will, Jay Butler, man. Salute to y'all. Make sure you drop a comment in the chat ASAP so I know y'all in the building. We taking attendance, man. Yeah, man, we had to take it back to the old school ways. We having some technical difficulties, so we live from the phone today. But regardless, we had to get here and get the mission, accomplished. So right now, overall market sitting at that $1.43 trillion level. One thing I really want y'all to pay attention to right now is take a look at the fear and greed index. So remember, we're right here around $38,000 Bitcoin, which has been pretty much our high for recent times. And if you notice, the first time we got around this level, the fear and greed index was a lot higher. The fear and greed index was sitting around 76, maybe 78. But this time we're seeing this price and the fear and greed index is a lot lower. That's showing us that more and more of, what people are expecting is being priced in, and people are becoming more bullish, and it's becoming safer to go long. So right now, Bitcoin 37,879. We got ETH over 2K. ETH sitting at 2,033. We got BNB at 228. XRP at 60 cents. Solana at 60.22. We got Cardano at 37 cents. Doge at 8 cents. Tron at 10 cents. Timecoin 243. Link at 14.48. AVAX at 21.31. Matic at 76 cents. DOT at 5.16. Litecoin 69.72, and Shiba Inu up to 18th place by market cap at 508226 level. Let's take a real quick look at Bone and Leash, just so we got an understanding of what's going on with the rest of the ecosystem. So right now, Bone sitting at 61 cents, super undervalued for where Bone should be. Me personally, I believe Bone is at least a $5 token. Now, obviously, market conditions aren't allowing it to be at that price right now, but I do see it, being at that price in the not too distant future. So we got leash right now at 291, under $300. Anytime I see leash under 300, I think that is a buying opportunity, especially seeing it right now just pull back even further to 290.64. So $290.64. Being leash under $300, you know it's undervalued. All-time high lease was around what, $8,000 or something crazy? Yeah, $8,000. So to be able to get a once $8,000 token at a under $300 price is an absolute steal, especially knowing that the SHIB team is building more for leash and going to open up the doors further. So I'm excited about the rest of the ecosystem. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. But yeah, y'all, we got some exciting things ahead of us. If you haven't heard, Vegas Inu token, we have our first billboards out in Las Vegas, y'all. We are live in Las Vegas with billboards in 2 separate areas, getting around 1 million views per day. So, you know, super bullish to start building that brand awareness right ahead of this bull run that we're going to see. I think we are at the forefront, at the feet of the bull market, but we haven't seen anything just yet. So, you know, position yourselves. Each time we get a nice little rally, a nice little breakout to the upside, it's going to pull back. We're going to see some people get a little, you know, nervous. We're going to see some people take some profits off the top. So prices are going to retrace. That's an opportunity to continue dollar cost averaging, to continue to add to those bags. So that way when the rally fully takes off, you are a part of those success stories. So let's see what else we got going on right now as far as Shiba Inu. Top SHIB stories of the day. Shiba Inu weekly, $100 since launch, could have got $1.3 billion. So they're talking about how if you continue to dollar cost average into Shiba Inu, whether it been weekly or monthly, $100. Let's see what they were referring to. I'm curious to know their buying timeline. So if an investor had put in $100 every week into SHIB since early August 2020 and continued to do so till the token hit its all-time high on October 21st, 21, they would have invested around $6,400 total. However, if withdrawn on October 21st, the portfolio's value would have then been $1.38 billion. So you could have potentially turned $6,400 into $1.38 billion with Shiba Inu had you been $100 per week since it launched to its all-time high. You got to connect the dots and figure out, you know, what other plays are similar to that. What other projects have similar communities? You know, what other projects, you know, are building in a similar way. We got Vegas Inu token, y'all. Usually the links to the project will be in the description section for those that don't know, but you'll have to go over to the X page at Vegas Inu token and get more information. Make sure you join our Telegram. Make sure you know, tapped in with everything that's going on, so that way you can be more informed and have more confidence in your decision making when it comes to VIC. So let's see what else we got. 74% of SHIB holders are in loss. So that's a good sign for those that are new to SHIB, also those that plan on dollar cost averaging and adding more to their positions with SHIB. You get to get a discount. You got to look at that as a buying opportunity. The opportunity to get something for a cheaper price than where most people pay is a steal, because you're going to have all those people who are still waiting for prices to break back to their levels before they decide to sell. So continue to scoop, continue to accumulate. Not financial advice, can't tell you to buy, sell, or hold, but that would be the wise thing to do, especially while majority, over 25% of holders are in the loss right now, are in red. You coming to grab that discount that a lot of people, you know, when they bought those higher prices, you know, they expected it to continue to go from there, but it ended up pulling back. So now they're stuck in that situation unless they have been dollar cost averaging. Then let's see. Shiba Inu AI predicts price for December 1st, 23. So the SHIB cryptocurrency has been a focal point of interest and speculation within the cryptocurrency community. As we approach December 1st, 23, market observers are closely monitoring price fluctuations and potential trends. According to the most recent update, the Shiba Inu price has slightly decreased by 4.3% over the last 24 hours, settling at 50807 on November 27. Additionally, the token has experienced a 3.7% decline over the past 7 days, as indicated by market charts. So market overview. Despite the recent dip in Shiba Inu's value, the market exhibits significant activity. The 24-hour trading volume has notably surged, registering a 22.6% increase and reaching a $189 million. This upswing in trading volume suggests heightened market activity and a potential surge in interest in SHIB. So these are some of the leading indications that we see before SHIB actually begins to rally. You got to understand there's going to be something called FOMO, the fear of missing out, that sets in as Shiba Inu and the rest of the market moves closer to that bull market. People are going to be looking for OG projects that did well last run, Shiba Inu. You know, people are going to be looking for new communities and new projects that, you know, have been, you know, building strong communities up into the bull run, and that's Vegas Inu token. You know, so really do your due diligence and know what you hold. So that way, regardless on if we get a negative catalyst that might shake the markets, you aren't panicking out of your position. You're not getting tricked out of your spot, because that's what the biggest players of this want to do. They want to cause fear, uncertainty, and doubt to get y'all to jump out of y'all positions, so that way they can come buy it for the cheap, and then they release good news, and then everybody runs back into it and buys it for a more expensive price. So they trick you out. When you jump out, the price drops lower, they scoop it up, good news comes out, you jump back in and buy it at a higher price. That's what they do. So you got to just, you know, make sure you're moving so that doesn't happen to you. But let's see what we got. Shout out to everybody. I see a few of the channel members in the stream as well. Shout out to the high rollers. See, shout out to Quintessential, Juan, Young, salute. Shout out to BCR. I see you in the building. Bull Run. Let's see what other story we got. So they're predicting that Shiba Inu's price December 1st will be. So according to their analysis, the anticipated minimum trading cost for SHIB in December could be at that 50712 level, indicating a potential lower limit for the currency. Conversely, the projected maximum value might reach 50923 during the same period. So they're saying on the low end, on a bearish case, they see 5 zeros 71, and best case scenario, they are saying 5 zeros 92. Now, I think what we're going to see is some of this money that we're seeing going to Bitcoin, ETH, as, you know, these continue to hit recent, you know, highs that we haven't seen in a while. Once those retrace, I believe some of those profits, some of those gains are going to flow into other altcoins like Doge, like Shiba Inu, Vegas Inu token. Obviously, you know, Vegas Inu is further down the list from SHIB and Doge, but the rest of meme coins, you know, all the altcoins, I believe they'll see their rally, short-term rallies too. There'll be a phase where the entire market is in a rally in itself. But, you know, until that happens, I believe we're going to constantly see this money cycle through these different tiers of projects. You know, Bitcoin top tier, you know, we got altcoins, Ethereums, BNBs, all these other ones, then the meme coins, and, you know, some of those just straight degen type of plays. That's how I think the money will be flowing in this cycle. Shout out to Love Vibe, said, let's go high rollers. Shout out to Quintessential. Shout out to Jagger, says, been rocking with you for 2.5 years, man. Salute. BCR says, hop in a Telegram after the stream, or if it gets too late, tomorrow we can help walk through the audio issues if you need. For sure. Yeah, I don't know why we even having audio issues, because everything was set up correctly. The only thing I could think I did, you know, reset the computer, not reset it, but, you know, power down the computer and, you know, reboot it. But everything was still, you know, set to the settings that they were on. So I'm not sure what's the issue with that, but we'll have it figured out tomorrow, if anything. But I might not, you know, we just got to get the flow together a little bit. But I might even be streaming from, you know, different areas. So that might be something to expect. I might be bringing some more of these types of live streams to the channel if y'all enjoy them. Shout out to Philip. Shout out to Josh M. Shout out to Tyler. Philip says, hi all high rollers, Vit and SHIB Army, salute. Tyler says, deja vu. What part? Where you getting the deja vu from? So they say an average price of 50818 is what they expect. So y'all seen earlier today, the last post retweeted by Lucy, or no, actually, yeah, so it was retweeted, but it's a post from Special Shabirim, says, not a bad idea, at Elon, tells advertisers who are trying to black him to go F themselves. So y'all know that's, being talked about a lot right now. This was a big, like some type of summit. I see the New York Times being advertised behind it. And for him to say that on national, a national publication like that is crazy. Like they even deleted the interview from their YouTube channel. So that's a big deal right here. So interesting to see how, everybody's going to respond to this. Also some other SHIB stories. Let's see what we got out here. So with the recent SHIB and Bone partnership, CMOS token just crossed 3,000 ETH holders, $2 million market cap. Join our Telegram to get connected to services and products. Also, Special says sniped up the spooky Shiba punks and dove into staking like an idiot. Now I'm geared up to score the Santa Shiba punks for free in 21 days. Let the epic countdown begin. So just some little community competitions taking place. Also, Vegas Inu token, we will have some billboards coming to New York pretty soon. So, stay tuned for that. Some exciting things to get some awareness, not only just in the Vegas market, but also in New York as well. Tyler says, bro, just sitting here watching you. I feel I've been here before, brother. Okay. Deja vu, in my opinions, means you're in the right track and hitting your life markers, giving from above. Okay. Juan says 32 people watching. You could give a like and share. Man, shout out to everybody that already hit the like button. If you already haven't, make sure you please do so. It's absolutely free. So top crypto stories today, we see Coinbase CEO says Binance settlement will turn the page on crypto's bad actors. Geez, so is he taking a shot at CZ? Let's see. CEO Brian Armstrong says the industry can finally close the chapter of bad actors after the recent settlement between Binance and the U.S. Department of Justice. There certainly has been a few bad actors in crypto, and I think we've had a moment recently with the enforcement action against Binance that's allowing us to turn the page on that and close the chapter of crypto, that chapter of crypto's history. Armstrong said in an interview with CNBC International Monday at the Global Investment Summit in London. He also said that the criminal enforcement actions against Binance and a once popular but now bankrupt crypto exchange, FTX, show that taking your business offshore doesn't work. While Binance is a Hong Kong-based company, mostly focused on business in the Asia-Pacific region, FTX was headquartered in the Bahamas. Sometimes it's easy to get big fast by skirting the rules, but you'll always come crashing back down to reality, he said, arguing that it's time for U.S.-based companies that have complied with regulation from the beginning to grow. Though different from Binance's legal struggles in the U.S., Coinbase is still battling with U.S. regulators on allegation that the exchange operated an unregistered broker, exchange, and clearing agency simultaneously. Armstrong said he feels good about the case's outcome and that it will help with regulatory clarity in the U.S. The company remains focused on its commitment to its U.S. business despite its efforts to grow in other jurisdictions, including the UK, which Armstrong said is Coinbase's second biggest market. We started the company in the US and we're committed to staying there, and we're going to grow there because it's a big market. Armstrong also said the race to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF is monumental for the industry. It'll bring in new sources of capital into crypto that aren't able to participate directly today, and I think it'll be a legitimizing outcome for the industry. So think about what he's saying there. You know, there's a lot of institutional money that is sitting on the sidelines right now that can't be pumped into crypto. These sophisticated investors, people that have, certain net worths, or, they're just traditional investors who go through, investment managers and fund managers and things like that. A lot of them don't technically legally have access to put their money into cryptocurrencies. A lot of them want to, but they just don't have the regulatory clarity in order to do so. But once that is approved, the Bitcoin ETFs, we're going to see a lot of this institutional money flow in. And they're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars that could possibly be pumped into crypto. Think about it. The all-time crypto high market cap was $3 trillion. They're giving us estimates that 15 trillion more dollars may be pumped into crypto if all of these, or majority of these ETFs get approved. And, think about it. There are already, talks on, Ethereum ETFs. There's a lot of money lined up, y'all, ready to go and get into crypto. So, you just got to be patient and let the market, do its thing. But it's also interesting how it looks like, no matter the company, it seems like anybody in the space, whether it's Coinbase, Binance, FTX, the ones that look like bad actors, the ones that don't look like bad actors. It seems like everybody is just getting in trouble with U.S. regulators when it comes to crypto. That's why it's so important for them to give us a legal framework to operate by, so that way people can stop getting, afraid, or stop being, scared when they hear the next, court case of, a crypto company. Because if there was a framework that was already laid out where people could follow it, we wouldn't have to worry about, most of these companies that are trying to be legit doing things the wrong way. But they will not give us a clear framework on how to operate as a crypto company in the U.S. So, it's just a matter of time before that is, approved and more money is flowing through the space. If we get back to our all-time high with what crypto was able to do on its own, that's a $3 trillion market cap. If we get an additional $15 trillion pumped in, that could put crypto around $18 trillion in market cap. And I think from seeing something like that happen, an injection that big, that extra 15 trillion, that's just institutional money that can come in. That's not counting the money that could potentially come in from all the new retail investors that might FOMO in after seeing, all that new money pumped into the market and hearing all the new success stories from everybody else. Also, Philippines SEC to block access to the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance. SoFi shutters crypto trading following Fed regulation. SoFi is exiting crypto with banking regulators stepping up scrutiny. Bitcoin buyer quietly accumulates 424 million Bitcoin in 3 weeks, y'all. Wormhole raises 225 million at a $2.5 billion valuation. We got to get into this article though of a whale grabbing $424 million worth of Bitcoin in the last 3 weeks. This is something you want to connect the dots on. When you start to see whales spend money of this magnitude, you know what time it is. A person who's built up the, just because we got to look at this like this. This person put $424 million into Bitcoin in the last 3 weeks. That's not all this person has. That's just, the part that this person, the portion this person is willing to risk. But think about that. What type of gains are they expecting to see where they're confident enough to put in $424 million in 3 weeks? And even aside from how, what type of gains are they expecting to see, how bullish are they? You got to think about how bullish is it to put in almost $500 million into the market within 3 weeks. That means this person is speculating or knows something big is about to take place. And we want to follow smart money. We want to see the whales. We want to see the people with this type of money making moves. And we want to connect the dots and say, why are they doing that? How does this help them? What are they seeing that we might not be seeing? But we all know that everybody pretty much knows the bull run is, upon us. So accumulation, y'all, that's the, one of the biggest keywords to use right now and get familiar with, because that's what you should be doing all the way up until, things begin to really start to take off. That way your money is working for you. That way your money is bringing you a nice return. And you never know what might happen, man. Shout out to Random Videos and what's up with Toshi and all the high rollers. What's new with it? Man, we got a lot of exciting things taking place, but one of the biggest things, man, we got Billboards now live here in Las Vegas. We will be getting some content soon with the Billboards, so stay tuned for that to be dropping sometime this week. I'll be trying to get out there to if not both Billboards, at least one of them, and get some content, just documenting what we got out there. And remember too, this is just the beginning. This is just the first Billboards. Now that we understand and have the connection, and understand the process it takes, now we can, market and advertise a lot of other different things that are going on in the VIC community, whether it be just community initiatives, whether it be just a call to action to get people to come join the Telegram, whether it be, whatever it could be to help VIC. Let's see what else we got. So we got an article here from the Street Crypto. Coinbase's David Duong says Bitcoin ETFs introduce a new era of crypto investment. Shout out to Margaret Ness, says hello all. Shout out to Love Vibe, dropping those high roller emojis. Hey, make sure y'all share the stream. Let everybody know we are live, y'all. So let's see. So as the world of cryptocurrency prepares for a flood of traditional capital, roundtable anchor Rob Nelson sat down with Dave D, head of research at Coinbase, to discuss the latest trends and future prospects of Bitcoin, particularly in the context of institutional investment. Coinbase, a leader in the crypto space and one of its most prominent publicly traded companies, has been at the forefront of regulatory and market dynamics, making this conversation especially timely. So Duong emphasized a significant shift in 23, highlighting the applications for spot Bitcoin ETF traded funds as its indicator. These ETF applications are not just trying to introduce Bitcoin to a broader range of institutional investors, but they are also paving the way for novel financial products in the crypto space. Such products are set to enhance the tradability of Bitcoin and digital assets across various institutions. This development, according to Duong, is crucial for the market as it brings regulated, compliance-friendly instruments that can diversify the applications of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Nelson further emphasized the potentially transformative impact of these ETFs, particularly in how institutional players might be underestimating the power they are unleashing by integrating Bitcoin into mainstream finance. He posited that the introduction of Bitcoin at this level could be irreversible and significantly beneficial. Duong dissected this further, explaining that the introduction of Bitcoin ETFs is not just about accessibility, but also about the narrative driving people toward Bitcoin. He differentiated the financial innovations of Bitcoin from its technological aspects, suggesting that the former might have a stronger appeal to institutional investors. In a world where traditional safe haven assets are becoming scarce, Bitcoin presents itself as a viable alternative, especially in light of recent geopolitical events that have challenged the dominance of traditional fiat currencies. That's what a lot of people, they love about Bitcoin. It's what I'm hearing a lot of people call borderless. Most fiat currencies, most, dollars from, distributed from countries, you can't use it in other countries. If you take a wine and you probably want to use it in Mexico at a local store, they're not going to allow you to do that. But Bitcoin is becoming that medium asset where you can begin to do that no matter what country you're in. You could buy some Bitcoin and be able to use it in any country in the world, pretty much at this point. So it's exciting times that we're in, y'all. Y'all got to just, be able to have that foresight to understand where the rest of the market is heading in the future. So Grayscale uplist plan adds to intrigue over Bitcoin ETF. Let's see, crypto mixer sanctioned by U.S. Treasury for North Korea allegations. U.S. European officials crack down on crypto service accused of laundering money. U.S. Treasury sanctioned mixer Sinbad. So you can see they don't like these mixer services, similar to what like Tornado Cash was, taking transactions from all over the market and basically mixing them up where they're untrackable or a lot harder to track by blockchain analysts and things like that, because it's like you're putting money in on one end, all these people put money in on one end, they take all these transactions, basically mix them up and then spit them out on the other end, and then you're able to claim the value of the transaction from what you put in on the front end of it. But authorities, regulatory bodies, they don't like this. So we're seeing a lot of backlash when it comes to crypto mixing services. So we're seeing Bitcoin talks on track to hit 100,000 by the end of 24 amid crypto spring. Bitcoin remains on track for 100K by year end of 24. Expert crypto predictions, what's next for 24. So let's see, I want to see this Grayscale uplist plan to Grayscale's uplist plan adds to intrigue over Bitcoin ETF. Oh, they got a content blocker on here, and I don't even know what website that is, so we're not paying for it. Digital finance firm SoFi hands its crypto business to blockchain.com. Blockchain.com president Lane K. Castleman said in an interview that his firm's SoFi partnership equates to hundreds of thousands of new users. So let's see. U.S. forced to curtail crypto if industry fails to act on illicit finance threats. Let's see if we blocked from this. Okay, no. So the U.S. government will cut off cryptocurrency companies from the broader U.S. economy if they fail to block and report illicit money flows. Deputy Treasury Secretary Wally Adeyemo warned the industry on Wednesday. Speaking at the event hosted by the Blockchain Association, Adeyemo said that crypto companies need to do more to curtail the flow of illicit finance, and the lack of action across the sector presents a risk to the U.S. Our actions over the last year send a clear message. We will not hesitate to bring to bear tools across governments to protect our national security, Adeyemo said in prepared remarks. The Biden administration on Tuesday sent a letter to Congress requesting new legislation that would grant Treasury the authority to police crypto marketplaces used by actors the U.S. government deems illicit, Adeyemo said. The move comes after the U.S. in October issued sanctions aimed at disrupting funding for Palestinian militant group Hamas following deadly attacks in Israel, singling out a Gaza-based cryptocurrency exchange among other targets. Last week, Binance chief Changpeng Zhao pleaded guilty to breaking U.S. anti-money laundering laws as part of a $4.3 billion settlement and stepped down as CEO of the world's largest crypto exchange, conceding that he had made mistakes. Prosecutors said Binance broke U.S. anti-money laundering and sanctions laws and failed to report more than 100,000 suspicious transactions with organizations the U.S. described as terrorist groups, including Hamas, Al-Qaeda, and the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Authorities said Binance said in response that it had worked hard to make the platform safer and even more secure. Just me personally, I think it's going to be, of course, there are steps, some of these companies should be making to, make sure that, like national security and things like that aren't at risk, but it's DeFi. People are going to be able to do whatever they want in cryptocurrency. It does not matter, if Binance stops this or if Coinbase stops that, because guess what? It's going to pop up somewhere else. So people just have to become more educated in cryptocurrency so that way they can avoid making mistakes, avoid falling, for scams and, being taken advantage of. That's why it's important to educate yourself and, not just only be so adamant about making money, but also about educating yourself so that way you can make bigger money and lose less money. Make sure you drop a comment on the stream. We taking attendance, letting you know, letting me know that you are in the building supporting what we got going on. Also, let's take a look at VIT. So VIT up about 0.5% in the last 24 hours, sitting at 607043 at the moment. So it's nice to see we're breaking out of this resistance area that we were seeing right now. So that's a really good sign. Also testing a previous support area that we bounced off of briefly before pulling under this range. So right now we can violate this support line, which now is a resistance line for us where we are currently. That's a bullish sign that we're likely to hold around these levels. But, still very early to be able to call it. As the rest of the market gets more optimistic and bullish, we're going to see, more action and more activity take place with it. So let's see. So let's check our stats real quick. $696,000 market cap, 102K liquidity, 436 holders, 24-hour volume at 841. We definitely got to get that up, y'all. We got to, keep the volume up so that way more speculators, more people who, like those riskier, newer plays, they are attracted to it. So, especially if you're someone who's long-term and truly confident in the project, don't be afraid to accumulate at all levels, y'all, because it'll balance out once the project really begins to take off. Now, this ain't financial advice. I can't tell you to buy, sell, or hold, but I can tell you, that you want to be accumulating. So that way, when things do take off, your bag is worth a lot more than it would have been had you had less. But always remember, never risk more than you're willing to lose. So that way you don't put yourself in a tight situation. And that way you don't start to become emotional about it. Because if you're becoming emotional about what you have invested, that means you most likely put too much in. And that's going to make you make bad decisions. So, always only risk what you're willing to lose. Even if you want to put in, a lot, it's not always saying you have to do it at once. You could break it up. You could put in X amount here, X amount there. You could break it up even further than that. Let's see, overall volume of the market right now is down about 4.35%. So we're seeing overall volume across crypto pullback right now, which means less people are actively, trading in and out of these different projects. Right now, people might just be holding. Right now, people might just be sitting on the sidelines a little bit, waiting to see what's going to happen next because, 38 excuse me, 38 is that level we seen Bitcoin hit to recently. That is, that high point. So some people may think, is it going to pull back again after this? Is it going to shake us back down to, where do we see it go to, like, what was that? Let me see. Yeah, around 34. So it's like, is it going to shake us back down to, 35,000, 34,000? That's what some people are speculating, so they're waiting to see if that's what's going to take place before they jump in. But, I do think there could be some, some more shake arounds that take place because the market never gives it to you that easy. They want to stir up some emotion, get some people afraid, get some people tricked out of their positions. But I think we're going to see it continue to climb. I think we're going to see it pull back, go higher, pull back, go even higher than it was then, pull back but not go as low as it was, and go higher than then, and continue to kind of staircase its way up into higher price levels. You got to determine a level already. Once we crossed 31,000, that was a key indication that things are most likely gone from there. Things will continue to rally from that point, but it will continue to retrace. Who knows, we could pull all the way back down to 31, but I'm still bullish overall. Because remember, a bull market is considered when an index's price is up over a 2-month period, at least 20%. And if we're just tracking Bitcoin, not the overall crypto market, we've seen Bitcoin's price, over the last 2 months be at 44%. So that's super, super bullish. You just got to be able to connect the dots and recognize what time we are in. For those of you that are brand new and you don't have an understanding of the cycles yet, the market, how the money flows through the market, you are in at a perfect time right now. You just want to make sure you get your bags right and you continue to educate yourself and, understand some technical analysis. So that way, when you see, a lot of price action, a lot of volatility, you can play it correctly. You can possibly take profits at certain areas where indication tells you it's okay to do so. You can, buy the dip at areas where indication tells you to do so, and you'll understand how to do it properly. So, just continue to educate yourself. So I'm seeing some stories now. Okay, first Bitcoin bounces back to 19-month highs. So right now, Bitcoin ETF race gets 13th entrant. BlackRock revises ETF model. One in 4 Americans own Bitcoin Unchained study. I don't think it's that high. That sounds a little. 1 in 4 Americans. I don't believe that. Could be, but I don't believe that. Okay, we got an article here from BBC News. It says every Bitcoin payment uses a swimming pool of water. That's around 6 million times more than is used in a typical credit card swipe. Alex de Vries of Vrije University Amsterdam calculates. The figure is due to the water used to power and cool the millions of computers worldwide Bitcoin relies on. It comes as many regions struggle with fresh water shortages. Up to 3 billion people worldwide already experience water shortages, a situation which is expected to worsen in the coming decades, the study notes. This is happening in Central Asia, but it's also happening in the US, especially around California. And that's only going to get worse as climate change gets worse, Mr. DeVries told the BBC. In total, Bitcoin consumed nearly 1,600 billion liters, also known as gigaliters, of water in 2021. The study published in the journal Cell reports sustainability suggests It says the 23 figure could be more like 2,200 gigaliters. Thirsty work. The main reason Bitcoin uses so much water is because it relies on an enormous amount of computing power, which in turn needs huge amounts of electricity. Bitcoin is so power hungry it uses only marginally less electricity than the entire country of Poland, according to figures from Cambridge University. So water is used to cool the gas and coal-fired plants that provide the much that they wrote this a little choppy, but in large amounts of water are lost through evaporation from the reservoirs that supply hydraulic plants. Some water is also used to cool the millions of computers around the world on which Bitcoin transactions rely. Mr. DeVries argues that Bitcoin does not need to use this much water, singling out power-hungry process at its heart, which is known as Bitcoin mining. In simple terms, miners audit transactions in exchange for an opportunity to acquire the digital currency, but they compete against each other to complete the audit first, meaning the same transaction is being worked on many times over by multiple powerful hungry computers. You have millions of devices around the world constantly competing with each other in a massive game of what I like to describe as guess the number, Mr. DeVries told the BBC. All of these machines combined are generating 500 quintillion guesses every second of the day, nonstop. That is 500 with 18 zeros behind it. Sheesh. This method is known as proof of work, but a change to the way Bitcoin works could cut the electricity use and hence water consumption dramatically. The major cryptocurrency, Ethereum, did this in September 2022, moving to a system called proof of stake, reducing its power use by more than 99% in the process. That may not be straightforward, though. According to Professor James Davenport of the University of Bath, it was only possible because the management of Ethereum is significantly more centralized than that of Bitcoin, he told BBC. Nonetheless, others say the findings of this research are worrying. Dr. Larissa Yarovaya, associate professor of finance at the University of Southampton, she said the use of fresh water for Bitcoin mining, particularly in regions already grappling with water scarcity, should be a cause for concern among regulators and the public. So yeah, I can see that. You know, if you're in an area that's already struggling with, you know, fresh water, and then you got this, you know, Bitcoin mining company that pops up, buys up some land, and just starts, you know, using all this fresh water that could potentially went to people who need it most in the area. I can see how that can be a conflict of interest, or, you know, people just not being happy about that. So that could be, you know, an issue we might hear more about in the future. You want to pay attention to things like that. You know, you know, Bitcoin itself, a cryptocurrency, and how it's affecting the environment, you know, how people feel about this effect towards the environment, and how that may react, you know, in price action. So all buy competition people, if you are one of the buy competition winners, if you are anybody from you know, some type of buy competition, you will be paid out. Just give us a little bit of time. It's not that the funds aren't there or anything. It's just so much that's being done right now, especially as we are in this very early stage. It's just taking a little time. That's all. But tomorrow, if you haven't received your winnings, most people should be paid out by then if you haven't already. I just have to, you know what, I'll just dedicate the morning to just getting that knocked out, so that way y'all are taken care of. Shout out to Timothy Johnson, Sandra B, Ansar, Jonathan L. Timothy says they will start hydro/solar by next year. There are projects in Web3 that are already raising funds to fix their crypto mining problems. That's what's up. Juan says, me personally think Ethereum will take over Bitcoin in the long run. Hey, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. You know, I think Bitcoin is the OG. I think we're still at least, you know, maybe 10 years out from Bitcoin being surpassed, if anyone is going to do it. But, you know, if anyone is going to do it, Ethereum is the most likely candidate at this point. So let's see. Bitcoin bounces back to 19-month highs. How much more gains could come? So Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies rallied on Wednesday, buoyed amid rising expectations that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates early next year, a monetary policy move that should be supportive of cryptos. The price of Bitcoin gained 3% over the past 24 hours to above $38,100, returning to its highest level since late April and early May 2022, y'all. 19 months of being in the trenches like this with Bitcoin. So if you made it through this, congratulations. We made it through the roughest part. Things from here on shouldn't be as rough as we've seen unless we get some type of major negative catalyst that just shakes the entire market. Things shouldn't, things should be getting a lot better. So Bitcoin has rallied by more than a third since early October, snapping out a multi-month period of subdued trading and fueling calls of a new crypto bull market. Bitcoin has been floundering inside the upper range for more than 5 weeks now, said Alex K., an analyst at broker FX Pro. Bitcoin's price briefly exceeded $38,400 but pulled back down after failing to find solid ground to accelerate gains. Bitcoin's big rally has come on the back of hopes that U.S. regulators will soon approve the first spot Bitcoin ETF, a move that would be expected to usher in a fresh wave of investor interest in digital assets. The improving macroeconomic backdrop has also helped. Indeed, after falling from 38,000 zone earlier this week, Bitcoin bounced back amid rising expectations that interest rates have reached their peak and could come down as soon as next March. Like the stock markets, Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500, which have also rallied, Bitcoin should benefit from lower rates, which make riskier bets like tech stocks and tokens more attractive than in a higher rate environment, when returns on risk-free government debts are elevated. So the latest catalyst for a shift in rate expectations was remarks from Fed Governor Christopher Waller on Tuesday, who said he was increasingly confident that policy is currently well positioned to slow the economy and get inflation back to 2%, which is the Fed's target. Waller's words have seen traders move to price in a fall in borrowing costs sooner rather than later, with the odds that rates come down by the Fed's policy meeting in March rising to 43% on Wednesday, up from below 35% on Tuesday, according to the CME's FedWatch tool. So the second largest crypto rose 1.5% to $2,050. Smaller tokens or altcoins also gained, with Cardano and Polygon Matic up 0.3%, up 2% each. Meme coins were similarly higher, with Doge up 1%, jumping 3%, and Shiba Inu flat, basically advancing 2%. So Bitcoin slips, where cryptos can go next. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency slips Tuesday, retreating from recent highs, but crypto traders remain bullish on the latest rally in digital assets, with fundamentals and technicals alike fueling bullish sentiment. Bitcoin and other cryptos slipped back on Monday, with recent highs for digital assets providing hard to hold, though analysts and traders expect momentum behind gains to continue. Bitcoin rallies to 18-month high, 40,000 is in sight, and history helps. So you see the rest of the market is becoming bullish. So if you just see out of nowhere some random story that's causing you to, possibly panic, really think, who is it from? What do they have to gain by, making you afraid, by, trying to, get you to sell your position, and just, connect the dots on that, y'all. But exciting times in front of us. We got Vegas Inu token making a lot of moves, connecting the dots, working behind the scenes. We got our billboards up here in Vegas. This is just the beginning. Right now, these billboards are set for just 1 week right now, but we will be extending it after that week is over. Just this is, the initial test to see how things were with the process and everything. But yeah, we are about to go very big with a billboard campaign throughout the entire city of Vegas, or the area of, the high traffic areas of Las Vegas. Also, New York, Times Square coming soon. Be looking out for that. And a few other surprises that y'all will be hearing about real soon. Merch store is out. High rollers, if you're looking to grab some merch, visit at Vegas Inu Token on Twitter. That way you can grab the link. There's only 20 of each design available. So once those designs are gone, they're gone forever, y'all. So you want to make sure you jump over there to grab something. We got some of those things selling out, you know, almost already. So go tap in. Shout out to Dutch. Shout out to Honey Glazed Ham. Honey Glazed Ham says, I anticipate ETH to reach around 6,500. I can see it happening. You know, we seen ETH at almost 4K. Or around, I think it was 4K. Honey Glazed Ham says, peak of the bull run. Shout out to Major Payne pulling up on us. But let me know if y'all got any questions, you know, about any of the things we talked about. If it's a, you know, a project you got a question on, if it's something you want to know about VIT, you know, we here right now. We're going to take a few minutes to answer some questions before we get out of here. We're almost at that 1 hour mark. Where we at right now? 56 minutes right now. So we'll take a few more minutes. Let me know if y'all got any questions, anything y'all want some more, you know, insight on. I got y'all. Let's see what we got. Let me know if y'all got any questions, man. Shout out to, who was that? Marlunk727 said, good job, Marco, man. Appreciate the support. Jacono says, do you believe in aliens, man? Hey, I'll just say it's a lot out there for us to be the only ones, man. It's a lot out there just to assume, you know, it's just humans. I don't know. Not financial advice, though. Shout out to everybody for joining the stream, man. Appreciate y'all. We will be live again tomorrow, so, you know, stay tuned. Make sure you got notifications on. Shout out to Thomas, man. Being honorably. Y'all gotta check out the new, hold on, let me see if I can flip the camera. Okay, we just gonna do it like this. We got the mirror wall going crazy. Well, y'all, we gonna wrap this one up, man. That's all we got. I guess y'all ain't got no questions, man. Shout out to everybody for rocking with us. Jack says, shout out to the aliens. Shout out to the replay gang as well, man. The whole DD Nation, the whole High Roller Squad, everybody who's rocking with the community. I appreciate all y'all support, man. Hey, stay tuned. The NFT collection, you'll be getting more information on that soon. But we want to make sure this is a fire collection, not only from the, you know, art standpoint, but, you know, more than that as well. Let's see, did we hit that hour? Okay, we got another few seconds, y'all. We're going to wrap it up, man. Check all socials at Vegas Inu Token. Make sure y'all follow us. Make sure you follow me at December DeMarco. Make sure you join our Telegram. You know, get tapped in with the community. If you don't know how to buy Vegas Inu Token, visit VegasInuToken.com. You can buy it straight from the website. Also, you will need BNB. If you don't know how to purchase BNB, go to changenow.io. You can swap Ethereum or other major cryptocurrencies for the BNB, and then you'll be able to buy some VIT, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Let's see. Bullrun Ready says, I see a lot of 57-cent transactions on the DEX tools for VIT. Is that someone setting up auto buys? No, that's just the community, you know, just doing basically 777 buys. So basically just you know, making 777 show up on the buy, and you know, for like the lucky number essentially. So it's just a community generated effort. Let's see. Crazy. You got this now. There we go. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are out.